13.8 billion euro. That's the amount of tax that is going to be now paid to Ireland as a result of this tax ruling. The courts have said this money was lawfully ours. And what does Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael do for the last number of years? Well, they've thrown the kitchen sink at it. Actually, no, they've thrown your money at it. Millions of euro of taxpayers' money has been used to fight the European Commission, spent on lawyer after lawyer, to try and ensure that not a penny of this tax would be paid to the Irish state. If Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael got their way, we would be 13.8 billion euro worse off. That is sheer incompetence. Never have I seen such waste ever. And I'm not just talking about Ireland. I don't think you will find a finance minister anywhere in the world that has gone to such lengths to try to avoid the state getting nearly 14 billion euro of tax that was lawfully due to it. It is unbelievable what they have been doing over the last number of years, and Sinn Féin have called it right from the day one. We have said that the government shouldn't be appealing this case. We are saying that the government should have accepted this money. We are saying this money should have been invested in areas like housing and healthcare, and making sure that we had the infrastructure that needed. But what did actually happen during this period? During this period, when this tax was supposed to be paid to the Irish state, Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael were actually unleashing austerity on the ordinary people, trying to impose water charges. They cut the blind pension. They slashed home help hours. They reduced the minimum wage. They closed down hospital beds. And then when they were caught out by the European Commission, and the European Commission said this money is due to Ireland, they fought them tooth and nail, using your money to do so. So what's the origins of all of this? Some people have been asking me today. So this is simple enough. It's Apple, the company, obviously, who's located here, has been for many, many decades, and is still located here, and is a big taxpayer in this state and a big employer in this state, and we welcome that. And they're paying their taxes now, because this has now finished over 10 years ago, this kind of deal that was in place. But this deal was overseen by Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael governments, and what it meant was that Apple was able to set up sub-companies here in Ireland. And because of the tax rules we had in Ireland, they weren't tax resident here. They didn't have to pay tax here, but also they didn't have to pay tax anywhere in the world. So these were stateless companies. So Irish incorporated companies, two of them in particular, recorded profits of 104 billion euro and didn't have to pay a penny tax here or anywhere in the world. And that is what Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael used your money to try and defend in the European courts, and lost this week. It is absolutely scandalous that it happened. When we found out about this, and how did we find out about it? Apple themselves gave sworn testimony to the US Senate, where they said they had a special arrangement with Ireland that reduced their tax liability to about less than 2%. It was actually a lot lower than that. And when we found out about that, we produced the legislation that would close this loophole. Thankfully, the loophole is now closed because the government were so embarrassed into acting, and the Commission were breathing down their neck. But listen, folks, this is a good day for the Irish taxpayer. This should never have happened. And never have I seen a government go to such length and use so much money to defend what I believe is the indefensible 13.8 billion euro. I would love to see that metal, that bit of backbone from the government defending children with scoliosis, or children who need additional needs or assessments, or people with special needs, or indeed those with defective block in my home county here. But that doesn't happen from this government. It's only the select few that the government will ever bat for with everything they have, or should I say everything you had, because it is your money that they wasted in relation to this case. It is your money, because we were lawfully entitled to this money from day one, that Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael tried to make sure that we would never have.